You are looking live at Tiger Stadium in Bentonville, Arkansas, where we are ready to bring you War Eagles football on this Friday night. Hey, my name's Darren. With me tonight is Jermaine Brown. I think we're also going to get some cameos from Sidney Gaffney tonight, which is obviously, that's always good to get. Jermaine, good to see you tonight. We're ready for a little football on a perfect Friday evening in October.
Good to see you too, Darren. Always a great time in the booth and watching some War Eagle football. Looking for the guys to come out and have a big-time effort today. You know, I know it's a pretty big mountain to climb as Bentonville is they're pretty good, but really looking forward to seeing what our guys can do tonight.
For sure. The task in front of our War Eagles is tall. You mentioned these Bentonville Tigers undefeated on the year. They are 5-0. They're averaging 37 points per game, giving up just an average of 13 points a game. Our War Eagles, Jermaine, have found a little something in a little formation, little double wing tee we've been doing. We've been running the football effectively last week against Harbor, just weren't able to get it in the end zone.
For sure. I really like our offensive approach. I mean, it's a throwback formation. It's like, you can call it the wing tee or you can call it diamond tee or whatever you want to call it. But we've found some success running the football. As you mentioned before, Darren, Evan Gordon, I mean, he is on a streak right now for going over 100-plus yards in the last two games. He's one of the leading rushers in the conference. And maybe that's in my opinion, that might be the key for tonight. Is like you have to keep that Bentonville offense off the field.
For sure,
a good running game can help you with that.
Evan's one of our captains tonight. If you see him out there, the captain's out for the coin toss. Also 18 out there is Jake Stout. That looks like 0, Connor Autrand, and then 74 Keola Arizmendi out there. The War Eagle captains. We are going to receive. We're going to get the football first. I like the navy bottoms with the white tops here, too, by the way. I mean,
I'm still waiting for them to break out the icy whites.
The all whites? That's been like the rivalry jerseys that they're breaking out in the NFL now.
Yeah.
And we are getting close. There's 2:22 on the game clock. We are getting ready for football. A big night of football across the 7A West. A big one across our town in Rogers tonight that they're celebrating their homecoming, inviting Bentonville West in for a game that might decide one of the byes in this conference this week.
Bentonville West, one of the surprise teams in the conference, I would say, along with Rogers. I mean, I know people on our side of town feel really good about the Mounties, and Bentonville West has been really impressive so far, so that ought to be an exciting game.
For sure. Mention our War Eagles, and you'd mention Evan Gordon, over 100 yards in the last 2 games and 3 out of the last 4 along the way. We're going to line it up and try and run the football at you. The Bentonville Tigers on the other side, is not like they're afraid to run it at you. They've got a running back in Ficklin, Chris Ficklin, that's going to Central Oklahoma, who's rushed for 545 yards on the year himself. Then they've got not 1, not 2, but 3 wide receivers, Jermaine, that are over 300 yards already on the young.
I mean,
season.
What's the old cliche, Darren? It's like you got to make a team play left-handed. Well, Bentonville is good with either hand. I mean, they can hand the ball off to Ficklin, and then if a team keys on that. I saw Bentonville earlier this year playing Conway, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, Ficklin kind of got shut down a little bit. But then they started hitting those 3 receivers. 2 of them committed to the University of Arkansas, and the game got away from Conway.
You mentioned those guys. So Trey Irvin, he's going to wear number 3 tonight. The other young man that is out there is DeQuain Prevost. He's number 12. Both of those guys, as you mentioned, committed to Arkansas. Now, there's been some changes down at Arkansas. We don't know if they're going to wind up down there, but certainly these guys are SEC receivers.
Yes.
And for the purposes of us tonight, they are not the leading receiver at Bentonville. There's another man that is out there that's caught more passes than them, and that's number 8, Conrad Schmitz.
And just how crazy is that? I mean, you have 2 SEC level high school receivers, and they don't even lead their team in yards.
Yeah,
that's how talented.
They're number 2 and number 3 in receiving. So it's, again, we mentioned that obviously War Eagles have our work cut out for us tonight. But as you mentioned, we've been seeing consistent effort from the War Eagles. They keep fighting. They keep doing some good things on defense. And, I know you and I talked, last week when we were at the dance showcase. they moved the football last week, just unable to finish drives. Maybe we can do that a little bit this year and just find a way to turn those into points on the other end.
And one thing we also talked about, you can't have any fear. I mean, don't worry about the name on the front of the jersey. Just go play the man because and when adversity happens in this game, which it will, how do you fight back from it? Do you hang your head and like, well, oh shucks, here we go again? Or do we let's regroup and go out and get them the next play? Bentonville is good, and no one in the stadium besides the coaches, the players, and you and I, Darren, and Mr. Davenport and Sid think they're going to win the game. But
that one
stranger things can happen.
Yeah, for example, we got a penalty in the opening kickoff.
There you go.
One of the things we didn't mention: the War Eagles have had leads in each of the last two games. 3-0 lead against Springdale, 3-0 lead against Harbor. We're asking for the football first here tonight. Hopefully, looking to try and do the exact same thing, just to drive the ball down and put some points on the board. Deep to receive for us, as usual. Camden Isbell is back there. Also, Robert Pickard, 28, has been taken the other side, was set to receive this deep kickoff. I will say this, if you're from Bentonville listening in tonight, the Bentonville roster has a whole bunch of people on it with a whole bunch of duplicate numbers on it. So if we've got a guy with duplicate numbers in general, we are going to call the older young man, whoever that is. If there's a junior and a sophomore, we're going to call the junior. If you're listening to us and that sophomore happens to be yours, we apologize in advance. But this is one of the beautiful things. I mean, Bentonville has got guys lined up from 25 to the 30, not counting the 11 on the field. They've got significant numbers. That's what, of course, coming out here winning championships will do for you. Get a lot of kids involved in your program. There's Isbell's going to take it at the 12, going to head left, and he's going to be tackled. One man got him down at the 20. War Eagles are going to take it right there. Looks like 38. Brody Anderson in on the tackle, and a good one. Solo tackle against a speedy Camden Isbell.
Now, I'm really anxious to see how, in DG, we've mentioned throughout the course of the year, those sophomore offensive tackles at Heritage start. They've gotten better every week. And at some point during the season, if you're starting a sophomore, they start growing up, and they don't play like sophomores anymore. I'm very impressed with these young men so far. It's like to see how they hold up.
Right off the bat, we're going to pitch it wide. Looks like that's Cortez going to the left side. He's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Great stop there by number 48.
Well,
that's
ours. R48.
R48.
He wasn't on the roster last week. You guys called him a lot last week, fullback last year. We came up with who he was, but I didn't get him added to the roster. You know, right, Sid? Dylan Lackey is exactly right.
Yep, big Dylan. Yep.
He moved from 52 to 48, so he can carry the football, and you see him there. He is the sniffer, as they call it, a little bit.
Load. He's a load.
In case you wonder
kid.
why they would be called sniffer. I do not have to say it to you. We'll just let you see it yourselves. They're going to hand it to him over the right side. He's going to be tackled in the backfield. That is Julian Grundy making the play. 2 plays, -1 yard so far for the War Eagles. And you mentioned this is an offensive line that is young. Coaches like them. There's size that we haven't had in past years. And we did move around Harbor last week. We moved around Springdale a little bit last week. Yeah. And so just they need some more experience along the way. This, of course, is going to be a substantial test. You can see a couple of big bodies in the middle. 98 in the middle of that defense. That's Kellen Rona. That is a big bag of groceries right there in the middle. Taking that nose. Back to passes, Carroll. He is harassed. Was looking for Dylan Lackey.
Be forced to punt
under great pressure and is thrown away. The War Eagles are going to go 3 and out here on the opening possession.
Really like that waggle action. If they can get, of course, at third down, it kind of takes away, the options of what you're going to do. I mean, it's obviously, if it's third and long, it's obviously a passing down. But that waggle can be, like a waggle action, could be really effective. We saw them get the ball out to Isbell on that play a couple times last week, and it seemed to have some pretty positive results to it.
Diaz with a nice punt. He's had a good year.
He has. Boy, he has.
Ball's going to roll dead. Cortez is going to get it just outside the 40, the 41. That is where Bentonville is going to take it over. They are wearing black on black on black. They'll be moving from right to left. If you are listening to us, not watching us. And either way, you're just glad that we are just glad that you joined us here on War Eagle TV.
Absolutely.
Again, I'm Darren. Jermaine Brown's with me. Sydney, are you live over here?
I am.
Oh, welcome.
Nice.
Sydney
Wow, there
Gaffney.
we go.
Bonus.
Third member of
Bonus.
our broadcasting crew here, Miss Sydney Gaffney. She's the best Gaffney.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without question. And her sister's home for the weekend, so like I don't know. She got kicked out. Toss to the left. Ficklen's going to try the edge, and he's going to get the edge. Into the secondary, across midfield, all the way down to the 40-yard line of the War Eagles. Edwin Reyes is going to force him out there. And, Jermaine, that's a play we look like we had strung pretty well, and Ficklin just too fast getting to the corner.
Big physical guy. I mean, you know, he's got the speed to get outside, and yak yards, biggest thing. First guy made contact with him, wasn't able to bring him down.
Just got a little separation at the beginning and then just found a hole all the way into War Eagle territory. Cole Slapicki is the quarterback. He's in shotgun formation.
Watch Irvin out there on the right side.
Little screen the other way, well set up. That's
Very
Schmitz at the 30 to the 20. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. On the tackle is Samuel Klein. Well executed play. A lot of window dressing to the right, and then a little tunnel screen back to the left, and a lot of room there for Schmitz.
You got to watch the eye candy. I mean, you have to be your defense has to be really. You have to have good eye discipline against this Bentonville offense. Like you said, DG, a lot of moving parts, a lot of eye candy, a lot of window dressing, but a very effective play nonetheless.
Little Wildcat-looking formation right here. This is DeQuayne Prevost. He is one of the guys that we mentioned that has committed to Arkansas. He's lined up as the quarterback now, running to the right. War Eagles are in chase. Nice play strung out right there. Is that Stout? Looks like maybe that was Jake that got there first. He's going to be cleaned up by a couple of his friends.
Way to set the edge there by Stout. Guy with speed, just string him out as far as you can and use that sideline. Or they always say the sideline is a great defender too.
Sammy Sideline has never missed a tackle. Maybe an official missed one along the way. Second down, they can get a first down without a touchdown. They'd have to get it inside the 2. Back to more of a traditional formation now.
I look for
Slapicki
right here
against Ficklin.
Oh.
Instead, a little jet sweep action. Heading to the edge towards the end zone. There's going to be, it looks like maybe that's going to be a hold. Jack Dunn is in the end zone, but there is, right at the point of attack, the linesman threw a flag in. I think they might have gotten...
Yeah, that is a hold.
It's going to be Cameron Thornton Mead, it looks like.
So War Eagles holding up so far. You have to, like you say, this Bentonville offense is just so prolific. You know, it's they have talent, they have scheme. I mean, you name it, they have it. You just have to be really disciplined, and they run a lot. One thing that I have noticed, and I've seen them play a couple games, they don't really run between the tackles very. I wouldn't say well, but they very much. So you know, you really have to be strong on the edge.
And a little reverse, and there is nobody there. War Eagles have nobody on that side of the field. Well executed, well disguised. They even fake a jet sweep, then they fake the handoff, then they toss it to Trey Irvin, the other Arkansas guy, and there's just nobody over there. And just, oh, by the way, there's 3 Bentonville linemen just standing out there looking for somebody to hit. And, you know, go get them, Jake. But it was nothing doing there. Yeah. Well executed play by Bentonville, and they're on the board first. 8:56 to go here in the opening quarter.
Boy, 2 SEC caliber receivers. That makes life easy.
This extra point attempt is Kylie Sally. Sydney, any comments?
We got a female on the team. She's one of our captains tonight. It was really cool to see her warming up. Just like not a lot of us knew that they had a girl out there. It was really fun to see.
She makes the extra point, goes up 7-0. She wasn't just out there for show, Jermaine. She drilled the extra point.
It's just, you know, this offense it's prolific. I mean, you know, it's just so many weapons, and just the plays that they run, like that screen play to get them down here to the 15 or the 10 before the holding call, and then that last play that Irvin scored. I mean, that's that's stuff that you'd see on Saturday. You turn the TV on.
A lot of misdirection, a lot of I can't, and they're good. They're good enough anyway, right? If they just handed it at you, and then by the way, they throw these other looks and totally. The second fake, I think, did us in on the last one for sure, but
and speed on
that helps
all that
too.
Speed getting to the outside,
little SEC speed along the way. If you need to know which one is which, Trey Irvin, Blair Irvin the third, he wears 3. Trey wears 3, which makes sense. I can even figure that one out.
And DeQuain Prevost is a transfer from Texarkana.
Transfer portal was good to him. It's funny how that happens. They've had a lot of people move into Bentonville over the years. Kick is going to go towards the sideline. That one's going to go out of bounds. Flag is up. Good field position for the War Eagles coming out of this one for our second possession.
It's going to give them the ball around, 35 maybe? 30?
See, now you're going to make me say something out loud. I was going to just let it happen. I think it's a 35. And it looks like that's where they're walking. I think it's 35 yards or 25 yards from point of kick.
Mm-hmm.
And by the math, it does throw it on a 35. Jermaine, exactly right.
First 10 on 35. Let's see if we can get that run game cranked up.
War Eagles in the double wing. Hands it off right up the middle. And there you can see this is the equivalent of the Philly tush push. They hand it to him, and then even Carroll gets involved. Yeah. The quarterback gets involved in trying to push it. And we moved it forward. We moved it forward a yard. That was Dylan Lackey.
Big physical kid, Lackey. Really had a strong game last week. And a kid that size and that physical, you get down into the third and fourth quarters. I mean, it's those defenders are kind of don't want to. They're not too willing to tackle a guy that big.
Yeah, you mentioned, and so obviously the number changed from 52 to 40, so we could carry it. He's listed as offensive lineman, defensive lineman on the roster. Going to hand it right there to Cortez. He's going to try and get the edge. Yep, inside trap for sure. What we have not seen is Evan Gordon. The two wingbacks right now are Connor Autran and Jaden Cortez.
Third and 8.5. There.
I do not see 20. I'm scanning the sideline. He was out there. I believe he was out there to take the coin toss. So unless something happened on that first possession, if it were a discipline issue, I don't think they would have sent him out there as a captain. 3rd and long for the War Eagles. Toss to Cortez. Tries to get the edge. Makes one slip. Fights forward. For 4, he's going to be tackled on the play by Cameron Thornton Mead. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6 for the War Eagles in their own territory. We are going to punt it away again. And I think this is a good call.
Yeah.
Especially you've had a guy in Ronald Diaz. It's been it's a good year punting the football.
He's been really solid. And that's the one constant with this team. You get the ball in close to field goal range, Diaz is going to make the kick. I mean, he's been very consistent.
And he forces the fair catch right there, and that happens at the 32-yard line. So significant field position gain by the War Eagles, going to be about 32 yards. Okay, not yet, though.
Okay. Let me know.
Yes, ma'am. 6:47 to go here in the second. The Tigers are going to have it for their second possession. Jermaine, I frequently tell people I would not trade our October weather for anywhere in the country. And we have outdone ourselves this year. Like, we're like 8 degrees warmer than we usually are this year even. I mean, we touch 80 today. It is just phenomenal. Like, no rain. To the right, here's Ficklin. Ficklin makes a guy miss, cuts it back in. Ficklin at the 40. It is a foot race, 30, 10, and touchdown, Bentonville. No flags. And a lot of Chris Ficklin right there had a couple War Eagles in the way, and he just made us miss and then ran past us.
Oh, I tell you what, the speed, the size. I mean, he just put it all on display here. I mean, what a great run. War Eagles had it. They had guys around the football, but said, just the talent on display by Ficklin there, was just able to turn that into just a highlight reel type play.
Extra point again is up and good. I tell you, Kylie Sally, that ball is well into the deep towards the indoor facility.
Yeah, she hit the building with that one.
Yeah, for sure.
She hit the field house. Of course, Bentonville is known for their girls soccer program. I mean, they're like, I want to say last season, they were nationally ranked and went on to win the state championship. So a lot of talent that has gone through Bentonville girls soccer. So
they got a sign around here, 211 state championships.
Yeah.
It's got 7 just last year.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I went to the Conway-Bentonville game earlier this year, and they had a Champions Night, and that halftime show was long, introducing all the championship teams.
And we've been building more of those at Heritage. So
Yeah.
we've gotten a few of those the past couple of years. Our wrestlers took care of it last year. Coach Savadra and the soccer team beat nationally ranked Bentonville on their way to a state championship last year. The young lady to our left has a state championship on her resume.
That's right.
For 2 more.
From 2 years ago. Kickoff lands right at the goal line. Isabel's going to let it go into the end zone. War Eagles are going to have it at the 20.
I would like to see us get Camden Isbell more involved. I mean, you know, I've said it on broadcast before. Like, when number 1 for Heritage gets the football, you kind of hold your breath, because he's the most dynamic player on our team, and just get him involved just to see what he can do. Get him in space. I mean, he can cause you some problems.
Gordon is at one of the wing backs now. Autrand over here on this wing. And there's the give to Evan. Evan over the right side.
Almost a face mask there. They didn't call it.
Could have been horse collar-ish. Julian Grundy. That is not a player, Jermaine, you expect to account for that backside in when you're running toss the other direction out of motion, and Grundy just ran him down.
Talent.
Talent and want to.
Yeah, when your backside in is making tackles, yeah.
And if you're just listening, you know what I'm saying. So there's like generally you try and create an advantage, and one of the advantages you can create is you don't block that guy because that guy's not supposed to be able to get there and block him down. So if he does that, that eliminates that as a weapon for you. That's significant. Inside handoff right there to Dylan Lackey. Lackey's going to fight forward for a few. Gain of about 4.
Little shoestring tackle there. Big Lackey could have had a little bit more yards there.
And Oregon's just good size all over the place. Diego Cervantes is one of the fullbacks out there. We mentioned Autrand out there. He's a big kid. And Gordon, if Gordon's your running back, Gordon is a stout young man too, 5'10", 200, I believe we list him at. That's the smallest guy in this offensive package that you've got out there right now. So the War Eagles are trying to get big, get physical.
True definition of a jumbo package.
Hand it to Autrand. He's going to be hit, fight forward, going to get the 25, but that is all. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5. So positive plays on 2nd and 3rd down, but not enough to overcome first down loss and not enough to get it to the yard to gain marker. 4:48 to go here in the quarter. Ronald Diaz is punting it away for the 3rd time tonight.
Again, really able to move the ball a little bit there in regards to our run game. Holes are starting to, this last drive, maybe some things are starting to open up for the War Eagles. And, usually the old adage is like, these 2-yard and 3-yard runs later turn into 8 and 9-yard runs as the game goes on, because your O-line is mashing, their D-line. But give Bentonville credit. So far, they have matched up well. Their D-line, their front 7 has matched up well with our offensive line.
Nice work again by Ronald Diaz. Punt was fair, caught again at the 43-yard line. Another 37 yards of field position or so he gave away. He gave for us 32 yards anyway. Motion man and the give. That's Previo with speed to the corner. Going to have first down yardage and pushed out of bounds. Right there looks like Gibson Ricketts, the man for the War Eagles that forced him out of bounds. But it's going to be first down yardage for the Tigers in War Eagle territory once again.
Yeah, once again, that speed's on display.
Just see that burst.
Really gotta set the edge. It's important to stop these outside runs.
I would say, it's good to be young, but I never ran like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine how being that fast. Can only dream about it.
Straight back to pass, and now they hit him in the flat. Nice catch right there made. Tackle missed, fighting forward to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. That's Prevo again.
Well, that pass there was kind of high, and you could see the athletic ability there. He was able to climb the ladder and get it, and then make a couple of guys miss.
Kind of contorted his body a little bit. And we had a man there waiting.
Yeah, very impressed with 12-3 so far in this game.
And honestly,
and also the Ficklin, the running back.
And that was kind of the least window dressing we've seen in a play right there. It was just kind of stand up and throw it to that guy. Just got him in space. There's another one. Get out into the flat. Catch is made at the 20. Jake Stout comes over. Big hit inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Jack Dunn with the catch. Jake Stout with a nice hit right there, Sydney.
Yeah.
Utilize that sideline. Arrived in a bad mood.
Good lick. Be physical. That's the key. I mean,
it's a physical game.
If you want to have a chance against these guys, make physical plays. Be physical. Don't be afraid to hit. Look at Ficklin. Well, he's just weaving in
just
there.
Weaves in and out. Space in there. Touchdown, Chris Ficklin. Third scorer of the night. Second for Ficklin.
Boy, that guy, I'll tell you what. I mean, he had guys all the way around him, and he's still able to wiggle his way into that end zone. I mean, this guy could get open in a phone booth.
Kylie Sally on to try her third extra point of the game. Is that going to get – that hits the cat on in the nose right back there at the indoor facility. So if there's anybody out there that thinks Kylie Sally is only out there to try and get a headline, she has nailed 3 extra points.
I mean, it's
and look very good.
I'd like to see us force them into a field goal try and back here on the 35 and see.
I mean, that one's good from there.
Yeah, she's got
for sure.
She's got plenty. She's got a strong leg.
Yeah, I don't know if she's the only kicker they've got. If they would have somebody else they'd throw out there in that situation or not. Yeah. You have a microphone,
Oh, yeah, I forget. I'm doing multiple
she's
telling
me.
I was like, yeah, they had 3 people out there warming up kicking today, but she was far and above.
Folks, Sydney is our producer tonight.
She's doing it all.
She's doing a fantastic job. I mean,
I'm not proud of her at all.
All we have to do is talk.
But while she's doing that on Friday, she's in dance season. She's got cheer season coming up. She's doing off season with Coach Bowen in softball, and we know that. I mean, he can be problematic when that comes around too. So
I don't see how you do
busy.
it, Sid. I mean, you and it's.
She's not good when she's late or when she's sitting at home. I promise you, everything's better when she's busy.
I can't imagine. Our my daughter works on our broadcast. Marley works on our broadcast crew too, and I don't see how y'all do it. I just don't. It's just so much time, and you guys are so good at what you do.
With regard to the broadcast team, I mean, obviously Jerry's built a good team here. Yes, I think they have a good time doing it, don't you, Sid? Like,
absolutely.
I think it's like they don't have a hard time getting kids. And, obviously, we had a nice stipend from the government last year that helped build the equipment and even allows us to incent some kids to come out here a little bit, which that always has something to do with it. I was wondering if they were going to call that. Young man jumped into the neutral zone.
With our folks here tonight, Sid, Marley, Carson Coleman, Lexi Templin. I mean, just
and a few of those girls have work to do tomorrow.
Exactly.
We're going to see you tomorrow, too.
And, like you said, yeah. I mean, some of those girls are headed to Alma for a dance competition.
Dance competition, the first official one of the year. We did a little showcase at home last week. Sydney, you guys ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready. I mean, we've been working since May on this team. We've had these routines since July. We're ready to go. We're ready to just get in front of other people. I mean, you can only practice in front of your coaches for so long. We're excited. We're ready.
Nice little toss right there over the edge to Connor Autran. They're only going to get a yard out of it. Good pursuit by the Bentonville defense. Again, to toot the horn of this dance team, which I know Bess Brown has now become part of. This is no pressure, but this is a team that's finished first or second in the state 3 years in a row.
Absolutely.
And finishing in the runner-up in the state has given an invite to Orlando, Florida. They dance at Wild World of Sports and Disney World. They've done that 3 years in a row now. And I don't know, no pressure, Sydney. But we already booked our tickets, so
I think we have to.
We got our rooms already reserved.
We can get out of it.
Let's knock on wood over here,
There's that short toss to Gordon, and he's going to fight his way forward. Somebody's head came off.
Is that one of our guys?
Yeah, it was.
Yes. That's Autran, so he's going to have to come out for a play. Or number 73.
Julian Medina.
Okay. That's big number, Julian Medina.
So now, just little inside football, like you're now going for third and short without one of your offensive linemen, which is, we got some big bodies out there around them. We'll see. You can see right there, big number 74 on your screen. That's Skiola Arizmendi.
But you love to see that. I mean, when your kids' helmets flying off, that means you're hitting somebody out there, DG.
Yep. See if we just we're going to go wide here, and there's timeout.
Timeout. Okay.
Good. Timeout, War Eagles. Now, that'll allow him to get back on the field if we want to get 73 back on the field. There he goes. Coaches just yelled for him. So, yeah, why not? Get those best five big guys out there in front of you. Try and get this one done. 1:56 to go in this one. We talked about the explosiveness of Bentonville in offense. They haven't disappointed. It's straight up, Jermaine, if we want to stay in this football game, we're going to have to do something offensively here. Yeah. We're going to have to move the chains a few times.
And honestly, we're going to have to do something in the pass. I mean, we're going to have to do something in the passing game. I know that's kind of been a point of focus for us, a point of an area of improvement for us. But, we're going to have to keep Bentonville's defense off balance. I mean, right now, we're putting a pretty good drive together. I mean, we're moving the ball. Our O-line is knocking their D-line back, which is a good thing. But we're going to have to move the ball through the air.
Nice tight camera shot right there by our people. I would expect it to go. Let's go to Dylan Lackey right here and we're going to go wide again. Same play that was called, and there's Bentonville
stacked up,
hitting him in the backfield. And that actually, he might have done us a favor.
Yeah.
Pushed him back 10 yards and then threw him around a little bit, and that's going to get us 15 yards and a first down. We would have been in a position to go for it anyway.
But, I mean, one thing that I like about this offense, we have three guys that can be absolutely physical at the point of attack in regards to running backs. Big Connor Autran is a big kid.
He is.
He's a big physical kid. Dylan Lackey's a big physical kid, and Evan Gordon is a physical runner as well. I mean, you get three guys, and they're all kind of similar-ish. Gordon's the speed,
right,
quote unquote, air quote, speed guy, but all three of those guys kind of look alike. Dylan is, of course, the bigger of the three, and but these guys kind of give you the same thing. I mean, they're going to wear on you as the game goes on, having to tackle those three big physical guys.
And I think part of this, if you ask the coaching staff, I haven't talked to Coach Munoz in a week or two since they really kind of went exclusively to this formation. But earlier in the year, talking about building toughness, and you're building a culture, and even if this doesn't put the number of points on the board maybe or whatever we're looking for, like you're trying to teach those kids up front that they can move people, and you're trying to just get physical and just kind of get a little bit of attitude. I think that has a lot to do with why they've gone to this.
This type of offense, that's what you hit it right on the head, DG. I mean, it's a kind of I won't say
there's
a
your,
whale
there's
like
your
there he
boy.
is. There's my guy.
Just a little trickeration, a little inside give on the wing back trap to Camden Isbell. That's 5 yards, 6 yards on first down.
Guy, get him involved. Let him make some people miss out there. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, it's a culture. This type of offense is a culture, and it kind of bleeds over into your defense as well. We're tough on offense, but we're also going to take that mindset to the defensive side of the ball, and it all starts with stopping the run. I mean, that's the next phase of this culture change. We got to, Ficklin is great, but we have to stop the run here on defense as well. Nice.
That's going to be a keeper and a first down yardage over the right side by Braden Carroll. A little bit of a different wrinkle like there. It might have been option. It might have been keeper. I think there was an option pitch there, maybe to Evan Gordon along the way too, but just a little bit of wrinkle that they haven't shown yet, and it's first down now into Bentonville territory.
I'd like to see one of those wing backs get out in the flat. I think that's the next thing you can do to keep Bentonville's offense or
you see
defense.
Just a little bit of adjustment. Before was Camden Isbell. Now you see 10 Jaden Cortez out there. So you just
Another
add
speed guy.
Those wing backs now just create a little bit more wiggle and some speed, as it were. 10 seconds to go in this one. It doesn't look like we're going to get this one off. This first quarter is going to come to an end. Bentonville, all Tigers so far, but War Eagles driving and working their way back in it. 21-0 your score. We'll be back after these commercial breaks in just a minute.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
And we are back. Start this second quarter. Score of interest we've been talking about. Both of these teams, you're from Bentonville listeners, you'll care about this one too. Both of the crosstown schools. It's Rogers 14, West nothing. Mounties have it going, Jermaine, and West has been really, really good this year. Again, that's one that there's a little toss right there to Cortez. Just got grabbed. That is Julian Grundy again, and 9 has been a problem. Yeah. Like, look at him from here. Long arm, good-looking, athletic kid, and he's just wrecked a couple things. From right there, he just reached out and grabbed Cortez in what looked like it was going to be a decent game.
Well, it looks like we got a horse collar there.
Yep.
Grabbing.
He grabbed him. Well. There you go. All right. Just blatant
like
cheating
Darren,
by number 9, Julian Grundy.
He's wrecking the game plan.
He
so
did,
far.
for sure. I mean, that was first down yardage. Bentonville coaching staff. I don't know if they're yelling at him or the officials, but they were not happy with that. But it's another first down for the War Eagles.
I don't think they thought that he was.
Thought he might have gotten jersey instead of horse collar.
Maybe got a shoulder pad instead of the back of the jersey.
We will take it. Motion man is Gordon. They're going to try and get him to the edge, and he does. Chasing him wide. Good aggressive takedown by Ben Thompson, a senior out there on the edge. Again, that looked like there was something there, but that good pursuit and speed by the Bentonville defense. We lose 2 on that play.
Mm-hmm. Set the edge very well there. It's like you said, it seemed like he appeared out of nowhere. But this Bentonville team has a lot of speed.
Second down and 12.
Pretty good drive so far. I mean, Bentonville's helped us out with a penalty, but we're showing that we can move the ball. The little inside traps have been very effective.
Little play action back there. Carroll across the middle. He's
pass.
got a man. That's Cortez inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Takes a good hit by Mason Meyer there. But there's that play action and the waggle action you talked about, and it's first down for the War Eagles in the red zone.
So like I said, you're going to have to mix it up on them. I mean, you lull them to sleep with the run. Then you sneak Cortez out of the backfield, and quarterback fakes a handoff, rolls out, delivers a strike. First down, War Eagles.
Very quiet all of a sudden. Tiger Stadium.
They're like, what? They threw a pass?
There's the inside give to Lackey. Look at Carroll in there helping push him forward again.
It's a little,
it's a little
Junior tush push,
little rugby action on
little
first down for
shove
3.
yeah, that was more like rugby scrum right there.
That's what it feels like. But again, and we mentioned these guys up before. I mean, when you look at the big guys up front, 71 is Wesley Wiebert. He's a sophomore. 73 Medina. We talked about. He's the one who lost his helmet for a minute. He is a 6'2", 65-pound sophomore. Granados, when he's out there, is 6'3", 295, sophomore. All of these guys are going to be playing some football for you for a while, and they're out there. They're the ones out there moving around Bentonville Tigers right now, which is good to see. Dante Carrillo, 64, is that right tackle, also sophomore.
Yeah, you got a lot of young guys, but young with size. That's one thing they say. You can't teach size. You can't teach speed.
Little toss to Gordon.
Nice little run by Gordon there.
3 or 4 more.
That's one thing, DG. You can't teach 6'4", 260 as a sophomore.
I mean, I can show them how to do 260, but I don't think it's what they were looking for.
That's right. Yeah, I could show them 260 too.
But no, good-looking kids, and even in the preseason meeting with the coaches, I mean, that's what they talked about. They finally got some size that they've been lacking for a while. They'd like for them all to grow up, immediately. It takes time. You got 15 and 16-year-olds playing against 17 and 18-year-olds. I mean, it's a little tougher, but they've more than held their own. Fake
Nice
the toss.
run there
Now
by
Carroll,
Carroll.
he's going to get
Nice
inside the
run.
5, fighting his way. He's going to be right at the marker. I think we're going to have first and goal. We'll see how they spot it.
Yeah, that is first and goal. He's going to get.
They're going to
Now,
give him to
this is
him.
where it
First
gets-
and goal from the 3.
This is where it gets tough for us. I mean, we've moved the ball. We've seen this the last couple of weeks. We've moved the ball down the field. We have to cash in. I mean, just a really good-looking drive here. I mean, long drive.
Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. As you mentioned earlier, this allows you to keep the Bentonville offense off the field. Now we just got to turn it into points. There it is, Lackey over the left side. He's going to
There you go.
take a good hit. He's going to get half of it. Get down inside the 2. Second down and goal.
This is where your O-line, I mean, the coaches tell you to stay low and drive. Stay low and drive. Pad level is really important here. Looks like we're going to have an injured player on the field. It looks like injured Bentonville Tiger.
Injured Tiger. And I think, Jermaine, I think this is 4 down territory for unless something negative happens here. Like maybe you'd put up points just to say you put up points, but I mean I think right now again when we're trying to talk about instilling that culture and just instilling that toughness, I think it's basically going to be we're going to line it up at you 4 times here inside the 3 and see if you can stop us.
Absolutely, and this is kind of a statement drive here. Bentonville is, in my opinion, from what I've seen this year, I think they are they represent the only opportunity that will keep Bryant from running the table. I mean, they are electric offensively, and and you've seen that you can move the ball against these guys. You're running the ball well, you're being physical. I mean, and we're just glad to see the young man get up and walk off the field.
Looks like it's 55, Robbie Debris.
I mean, Bentonville,
Looks like maybe just a stinger.
They're big physical guys, and we're matching their physicality for the most part, and that's a good thing to see.
It's going to be some form of shoulder right there for him. Hopefully, just a stinger, and he's right back in.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big size kid too.
They've got a medical tent.
Yeah, he's going into the tent.
So here we go again. 2nd down and goal. Big package in now.
Oh, what we got here?
It looks like there's a ball that got loose. Got some kids playing catch in the end zone. I don't know where that came from.
I don't think the Bentonville coach was into the booth to our right.
I think everybody. Of course, we would have scored on that play. Obviously,
kind of had something to say.
this
about
is
it. Funny.
Even the kids from Bentonville are in on it, right? Like it's all a grand conspiracy. We certainly would have put that in on that play. Here we go again. 2nd down and goal. Inside give to Lackey. Try and push him forward. They just made a mess at the bottom of the pile. He's going to get half of it again. Maybe we're closer to the 1. Maybe still the 2.
The whole look at the Bentonville D line, number 98, and we don't have weights in here.
We don't. All they tell us is senior,
just
junior.
by looking at them, they're big kids, and their job right now on the goal line is to basically just fall down and create a pile.
Yeah, you see those
And
3
don't let a
guys
guy
right there in a
drive you
row
back.
right there. 64 standing next to 98. Those
Yeah.
are large children. There's 9 again. He's lined up now almost on. He's on a 5 technique down in all 4s. There's a toss wide towards the edge,
Get
fighting for
in,
the goal
maybe.
line. They're not going to give us to it. He's at the 1.
I think
That looks like that's Cameron Thornton Mead.
Love to see us go for it here.
We are at or inside the 1.
Push here, and he's going to keep the offense on.
Absolutely. We're inside 6 minutes now. You've had a long drive. You want to try and finish this thing right here. And even if you don't, Coach, this is the best possible position you would put your defense in, even if you come up short on
You're going
this.
to trust
So,
your offense, guys. Go get a yard.
I like this call right here.
Go get a yard, guys.
Toss to Gordon over the right side
He's
and
in.
at the goal line.
I think
They
he's
don't
gonna
give
get
the
in.
signal. They say he's short.
They say he's short. Wow.
It sure looked like he was going to break the plane there. They do mark him short, just short.
Boy, do we have a replay on that? I'd like to see that.
We'll see if
I
we can
think
get
he
one
made
up here
that,
for you.
yeah. If he didn't get in there, I mean, yeah, that's.
So unfortunate. A good drive is going to end up in no points. It looked like Jermaine, like when he turned that corner, had a little bit of crease right there. It looked like he was in.
Yeah.
I still blame the kids playing catch with the football in the end zone.
So it looks like
You hear the
Bentonville's
coaches
gonna go
next to
with
us
a
yelling heavy. You look at the big package. Look at it, the tight end on this right side.
They're going to move that ball off the goal
Yep,
line.
they're going to be trying to run it off of here. Hand it to Ficklin. Gets the edge. Got to find a way to get him on the ground, and they do. It took 3 of us. They're going to call a face mask on that. Santi Cortez is in on the tackle. Diego Juarez is also in on the tackle. But I think they're actually going to get. They do call a face mask. And I don't really think we grabbed a face mask there, Jermaine. I think he was up at his head. I think he just kind of grabbed him and pushed him down a little bit. But
See big number 98 walking off our field for Bentonville. He was in on that jumbo package. He's one of their D tackles that kind of stuffed that play on the goal line there a few plays ago.
And what a difference a couple of inches makes. We go from 6 points denied, and now the first play, and they're out to the 24-yard line. Back to pass, looking across the middle, has a man. That's Schmitz. Nice tackle up from the secondary position. That's Sam Klein. That is their leading receiver, Conrad Schmitz.
Which we talked pre-game. How weird is that? I mean, you have 2 SEC caliber receivers, and they don't lead your team in reception.
Yeah, and they've run screen for him. That one's just a straight little in route, slant route. Hand off to Ficklin with space.
Room.
Nice hit. Castaneda comes up and makes a hit on him. He's going to get 5, 6, now 7, maybe even 8 as he drives forward.
Well, he delivered the blow. That's what you like to see from running backs. Coaches always say, hey, don't receive contact, give the contact, you know. And Ficklin did a good job there, found some open space, and well, he didn't juke or anything. He went right at Julian there. But Julian, great tackle.
Motion man. Now they throw it to the motion man behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to make 2 guys miss. Now 3 spins and 3 guys miss.
Wow.
Down the sideline, cuts it back in, touchdown, DeQuayne Prevost. And that is one that was totally bottled up, Jermaine. That is all DeQuayne Prevost right there, just making something happen, and making guys miss.
Oh, yeah, the ball was thrown behind, kind of like a backwards pass. Had guys around him, had a hold of him, but you see the talent, folks. I mean, this kid is as good as advertised. You know, you could tell why he's going to be spending Saturdays next year in the SEC.
Didn't get that one quite as good, but the extra point attempt up and good.
She just barely missed the scoreboard there.
If you're playing golf, she just hit it a little chunky, just got a little bit of too much turf right there behind it, but it was clean.
Yeah.
Got it good. She's made all 4 of them, made them good. That's Kylie Sally. 3:55 to go now, and what a momentum swing.
And at this point, you know, like we mentioned pregame, where we're talking about DG, you're going to have adversity in this game, all right? The big adversity was not getting in on the goal line there, and then Bentonville getting the ball and taking it, 99.5 yards.
As much as you can take it.
99.5 yards, and, for the touchdown. And, you just have to battle. I mean, it's going to be sometimes it's not going to look as good as you'd like it to look, but you still battle and still play and still compete. And, that's what we want to see from these kids right now.
Short kick will be taken at the 30. Castaneda made the fair catch. I did not see the fair catch signal.
Boy, that's kind of one thing that I've noticed around in different games this year. That short kick is kind of like you're giving up. You're basically giving them the 30, right?
Yeah, and I mean I don't understand it on on that side. We use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Like I mean we try and and Ronald Diaz does a good job. We try and get it on the ground and we try and make a possession out of it. I mean they've been just fine kicking it to the end zone. Maybe the wind's coming from this. Actually, the wind flags are absolutely still.
Yeah,
tonight,
so there's no wind.
I don't have that either to go with. So I don't know. I got nothing either. There's a little option look, stood up and driven down is Braden Carroll. No gain on the play. Put the wingback Gordon in motion. Again, I think that's an option. I think he has the option to pitch there.
Yeah, pitch or keep. Again, this our offense is old. What are the old school throwback? Any old cliche you can use, but it's been effective at times tonight. And at certain points in the game, our offensive line has been the more physical presence on the line of scrimmage.
There's a toss to Gordon over the right side. Up from the secondary position to make a big hit from Bentonville is going to stop him after just a 3-yard gain. That looks like that is Aiden McCarthy. Came all the way from his safety position and put a big hit on him.
That's this type of game playing against an offense like this. You tell your safeties, come downhill. You don't have to worry about the pass too much. You see the ball, come downhill, come down that alley, make a big stick.
This was a Bentonville timeout. 2:52 to go. They want to have the football back. Actually, now 3 minutes. We put some time back on for them. They see this as an opportunity. They want to try and get to that 35 mark before halftime, Jermaine, and that's significant in high school in Arkansas. That would be the running clock in the second half, which is what their goal is. War Eagles have other things in mind. Had a nice long drive last time. They came up about 2 inches short, according to the linesman.
I think he got in. That's why I wanted to see a
felt
replay
like he was
of that.
in too.
I mean, because it looks like, and they always tell you if the ball crosses the plane, and I mean he had the ball in the shoulder, and it looked like his shoulders were across the goal line, thinking, conventional wisdom tells you, well, the ball is up around his shoulder area, so he got in. Carroll. Oh, nice. Oh, he's
an
got
open
some room.
space. Going to get close to midfield and out of bounds. Braden Carroll on the keeper. And there we go. That flips the chains, gets us to midfield. Still 2:54 to go here in the first half. Good chance for us to do some damage.
Really liked what Carroll did on that play. He had the rusher going by him, steps up in the pocket, kind of saw that the field just kind of opened up, and then took off and used his legs to pick up the first down. Really good job by our offensive line as well. Number 9 coming up the field. Offensive tackle was able to kind of keep him and push him past the quarterback.
Just let him take himself out of the play.
Let him take himself out of the play.
A little inside give.
It kind of looked almost like a botched hand.
Connor Autrand. I think he just, and there's a late flag. I mean, it was supposed to be that little wing back trap, and they just ran into each other, fooled ourselves a little bit.
Yeah, you should have turned right. You should have stepped right.
Zigged when he should have zagged, something like that.
Yeah. Let's see what this penalty is on. So it looks like they're taking unsportsmanlike.
That's unsportsmanlike on Bentonville.
That's uncharacteristic. Usually Bentonville is, they're really disciplined, and they've had some. Every penalty they've had tonight has been of the big variety. They've had a face mask, a horse collar, a couple of personal foul penalties. It's kind of uncharacteristic for the Tigers.
2:44 to go.
Again, the War Eagles are aided by a penalty, so helping us out on this drive here. Let's see if we can keep up the momentum here. Oh,
Ball gets on the ground. Isbell has to dive on top of it, and there's the negative play. A little bit of a different look right there. So you had Isbell as the.
They're going to try that little deep pitch to him and get him the ball kind of deep in the backfield and allow Isbell speed and
little misconnection,
elusiveness. I'll say to try to make a positive impact, but
second down and long.
Just a bad pitch on that play there.
2 minutes, approaching 2 minutes to go here before halftime. War Eagles now can be a little deliberate. Ideally, you would score with no time left on the clock right here. Gordon in motion, rolling to the right and up. Good pursuit and a sack in the backfield. Coming up is Garrett Wolf.
That was defended well. I would have liked to see Carroll just kind of throw that one out of bounds because that was covered pretty. Had a guy open for a second, but once he saw the D-line and, like I said, Garrett Wolf kind of used his speed to get to him. Would have liked to have seen him throw that away.
I mean, you mentioned that. I mean, it just feels like they just play fast on defense. There's things coaches can do to put kids in position to where they can just go play, fear-free and just fast. It seemed like, he closed in a hurry right there on the edge. And I think that's where I think it probably surprised Carroll a little bit. Yeah. But as you mentioned, too, kind of a one-man, two-man route for the War Eagles. Like we're hoping to fool them off the play action, and when that doesn't happen, it's Braden and one man over there on the side with the sideline and just
And
former Heritage principal, Jeff Wassam. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Again, Bentonville with the timeout. 1:45 to go in this one. They are interested in getting the football back. We have third down, and we have to pretty much get to Bella Vista at this point. Third and 26. Heading this direction. Back to pass goes Carroll. Got a little bit of time on this one. Had a little crossing route, incomplete. Was intended for Isbell. Knocked away by Cameron Thornton Mead. Called that name a few times as well.
really good coverage as well. But yeah, Thornton Meade was kind of and Isbell is he's our speed guy,
Right.
and Thornton Meade was he blanketed him on that route. Very impressive.
So the War Eagles are going to punt it away. Promising drive headed down inside the 33. Now we're going to be kicking it away from, well, Diaz is standing at his own 40, a little bit of a high snap. He had to force it out. Nice work right there by Ronald.
Nice
Check up
kick.
for him right there. Take a right. And no, it's just going to roll into the end
Just
zone.
went in.
Oh,
Great
if
kick.
that one could have just turned to the right there, we would have been.
I tell you what, Ronald Diaz has been a weapon for us. I mean, if you can flip the field,
Yeah.
like he's done, and it's been consistent.
He had to make
It's
by the
been-
way, he had to make a play right there.
Yeah.
He had to go up and make a catch on a snap, and then we got guys in his face, and he did all he could do to just get it out of
Yeah.
there, and he almost just trapped it back all the way at the 1.
I
Either
mean,
way,
he
just nice work.
He has had a very, very good season so
For
far
sure.
punting the ball. I mean, like I mentioned before, I mean, you have a weapon. What they always tell you, I mean, great punters flip the field.
Yeah.
And, he always puts our defense in a good spot. Now, here Bentonville has to go 80 yards for a
Bentonville
touchdown.
in the spread. They got 131 to go, 80 yards to go. Back to pass. Slipicki over the middle.
Nice hit.
Hits a man, Jack Dunn, with the catch. Coming up to hit him is Sam Klein. But just that quick, Bentonville is all the way up at the 44-yard line.
Boy, he kind of double clutched that
Clock
one, too.
restarted.
Wasn't sure about that at first, but kind of double clutched it and checked to see if that's the guy he wanted to throw to, and then let it rip.
One timeout
Pass
left.
play.
War Eagles are trying to rush 2 guys off the field.
Call a timeout.
Had to use our timeout. A lot of that play clock burned off before we called that one. That's not the worst thing in the world, but
Yeah.
we were going to try. We'll play with 13 for a minute, which is frowned upon.
Well, the way they're moving that offense, I mean, maybe the ref
Yeah.
needs to
Maybe we
allow
need
us to
it.
play.
We're going to play with 8
13
defensive
guys.
backs and see if we can keep them out of here. We mentioned tomorrow we got a dance competition in Alma tomorrow. Who all's going to be there? We're competing against Sydney. Do we know?
In our game day division is Greenwood, Harbor, and one other, Springdale. And then I think there might be a few more, but those are 3 off the top of my head. Jazz are going up against Bentonville, Rogers, Harbor, Fayetteville, Bentonville West.
Who's doing jazz? That's good. It'll be a good,
Yes,
be a good
every-
test, right, Sydney?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come to this one. Everybody wants a shot on the state floor.
It's a lot going on
Alma,
here. Shout out to
A
Coach
lot of
Tom
tradition in
Olson.
cheering, dancing.
That
Alma.
basketball hardwood season should be starting here pretty soon, too.
Back to pass, throwing it deep
Good
and over
coverage.
the head of Trey Irvin. Good coverage back there by, is that
Castaneda.
Castaneda? Ran with him.
Is that Julian with him?
It is.
Yeah. Great coverage. But we have a flag. What's the flag here? Looks like Bentonville's
That
going
feels
backwards.
like holding if it's in that spot.
Yep. It is a hold.
And it is. 1:02 to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not put it against the Bentonville offense, but they're making it hard on themselves. They're going backwards. And
They are. I mean, they've made some uncharacteristic penalties. I mean, you never see Bentonville not being disciplined, and that's with any sports team they have.
rolling to the left is Slipicki. Now he's throwing deep towards the sideline. Look at him go up and get it.
Man,
Forced out of bounds by a couple War Eagles. That's Jake Stout over there, one of the guys. That's Daquan Prevost.
Prevost, as
And
good
that
as
is
advertised,
the second
folks.
time you've seen him go up, catch the ball with his hands and contort his body a little bit and go out of there. Just an excellent play.
Just
Right.
throw it anywhere close.
Transfer portal kid coming from Texarkana, Texas, we mentioned as well. There's a quick out. That's Jack Dunn, I believe 11. That's correct. And he is forced out of bounds. As we mentioned, Bentonville gone backwards a couple of times. 49 seconds left, and they got the ball inside the 30 already. Just
They're going
very
tempo.
explosive offensively.
Yeah, great tempo for this offense so far. They get a penalty, and then they're right back on top of it, moving the ball.
James Pratt's the running back, by the way. No Chris Ficklin in on this series. Back to pass. Slipicki. Now he just takes it and goes inside the 20, inside the 15. He's a late slide. His hat's gonna come off. He's gonna have to come off for a play.
Should have started that slide a little bit earlier.
Evan Canode Kennedy is gonna have to come in and take this snap. I tell you one thing, and I'll say something nice about Bentonville here when I get, because it was after this play. Kennedy, he's going to throw it into the flat, hits the back. There's a flag in on the play. He's going to be stood up and driven back by Gibson Ricketts. So you got a young man over there in Evan Kennedy, a sophomore quarterback, who's basically expecting to be watching. Senior quarterback's helmet comes off and didn't miss a beat. He's literally already on the field, alert, ready to go. Coaching staff had him out there. That's a little thing, but
it's a big thing.
But it's you got a guy that's not sitting over there. He's whatever Bobby Petrino said about KJ Jefferson not looking at the girl in the third row. He's ready to go. And it's just the next man up type mentality. Came out there and they had a penalty on the play. It's not going to come back. There's pass into the flat. Another flag down. They get down to the 2.
But going back to what you said, Darren, that's a standard.
It is.
It's a standard thing. Everybody on that sideline is locked into that game.
Yeah, and you've got limited time. You don't have timeouts, right? They've got one timeout. Actually, I shouldn't say that, but it's they're in a hurry up mode, and dude's already on the field. Yeah. Seven's on his way off, and just it's something that's not going to show up in the box score, but it's really impressive. It means you're well coached, means you're alert, means you're prepared.
Yep.
And I'm sure that's probably, as a sophomore right now, and there's a senior quarterback in front of him, I'm sure that's the guy we'll probably see going forward. Fake the handoff right there. Slapicki's going to look in the end zone. He's got a man and is dropped. Ooh. That is Conrad Schmitz, and that's the end of the half.
Wow.
He drops it at the goal line, and that's the way the half is going to end. Little break for the War Eagles. Broke open at the goal line. And we're going to go to halftime with the Tigers leading it 28-0.
And that's big. Because like you mentioned, they were going for the 35 so they could have the continuous clock right off the bat. And however the stop was, the kid dropped the ball, or they went backwards a couple of times for penalties. You made a stop.
There's no points on the board.
No points on the board. That at the end of the half, at the end of the day, you kept them off the scoreboard in that situation. So. Something positive, for us to build on there going into the half. And, they come out, and I think Bentonville comes out with the ball.
They will get it coming out for sure. So we got time to go regroup a little bit. Got a big halftime coming up here. They got 20 minutes on the clock. So we are going to break. I'm sure we'll run some commercials, maybe run some halftime activities. But Jermaine and I will be back to give you the second half of War Eagle football in about 20 minutes.
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way. Come on in and see for yourself.
At Arvest Bank, we believe financial confidence should be within reach for everyone. Whether you're just getting started, planning for your future, or starting a new chapter, we're here to help you plan and reach your goals every step of the way. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
At Arvest Bank, we believe financial confidence should be within reach for everyone. Whether you're just getting started, planning for your future, or starting a new chapter, we're here to help you plan and reach your goals every step of the way. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way.
Come on in and see for yourself.
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way.
Come on in and see for yourself.
roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
At Arvest Bank, we believe financial confidence should be within reach for everyone. Whether you're just getting started, planning for your future, or starting a new chapter, we're here to help you plan and reach your goals every step of the way. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way.
Come on in and see for yourself.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
At Arvest Bank, we believe financial confidence should be within reach for everyone. Whether you're just getting started, planning for your future, or starting a new chapter, we're here to help you plan and reach your goals every step of the way. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way.
Come on in and see for yourself.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in North.
Okay.
And we are back in Bentonville, getting ready for the second half of action. If you missed us here in the first half, a lot of offense from a very explosive Bentonville team, Jermaine, and they lead it 28-0 at the half.
They are as good as advertised. We've seen at all three levels. I mean, quarterbacks has been sharp. Running back Chris Ficklin has done some, really good things. And then those that three-headed monster that they have at receiver with Irwin, led by the two Arkansas commits, Irwin and Prevost. They're as good as advertised. I mean, and I know at the end of the the first half, they were aiming to get that 35-0 lead, so they have a continuous clock, but they weren't able to do it. But they come out with the ball, and I guess the way that works is if they score, then do we need to score a touchdown, or does the clock just start?
The clock starts as soon as you get to 35 in the second half,
okay. All right.
and then it doesn't matter if we score at that point in time.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always, I mean, it's significant. It's a race to 35 because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's, the coaches, I mean, they're thinking about next week already at that point in time.
Yep.
And we're going to try and put a stop to that,
Yeah.
Jermaine. So, just a couple scores around the area. It is a tight one in Springdale. Sydney's about to write the score down. Another good one we mentioned earlier, Rogers and Bentonville West. Bentonville West has been surprisingly good. I wasn't anticipating a very good Bentonville West team. They've been very good. They trail this one 35-14 right now, though. Rogers on top of that one. That is exactly when I turned off the Rogers game last week when they went up 3 scores against Fayetteville, and it took a block extra point for them to win it at the end.
Yeah.
So they will give up some points from time to time, but they're very explosive offensively as well.
Yep.
And then the Springdale game is 28-27 Harbor over Springdale. So
That's a good one.
A tight one in the rivalry game in Springdale there. Here, we are getting ready to kick it off. It's Ronald Diaz, and he kicks it deep. We
Nice kick.
very rarely kick it deep, and Bentonville knew that. They didn't have anybody back. Diaz kicks it into the end zone, and Bentonville's going to take it to the 20. That's the way they're going to start it. They are moving from left to right. We mentioned they are black on black on black. War Eagles with the navy pants and the navy jersey or navy helmet with the white jersey. Fayetteville all over Northside. In an unsurprising score, 48-17.
You think Fayetteville is kind of upset after that
we
game
get
last week,
get those Grizzlies next week at home in a game that that's one we got a good shot at, Coach. And it's going to be we're going to recognize our Hall of Fame class of 2025 next week. It should be a good one. Come on out to the gates.
It's going to be a screen pass to Irwin.
Again,
Very
a lot of
well
eye
defended
candy.
there.
Fake to the running back. I will say this. We have not seen, actually, here's Ficklin standing on the 30-yard line on the sideline. Yeah. Have not seen Ficklin. Was not in on that last possession. That's number 22, James Pratt, looks like the tailback in there. Used him for a little, again, a lot of window dressing, a lot of movement around, and then hit Irwin on the screen pass. There is the give. Right into Santiago Cortez. Santi throws him down after a gain of just a half a yard. That is James Pratt, the tailback. And all of a sudden, here coming out a locker room, Jermaine, we've got him in a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 to start the drive.
So I bet here you're going to look at number 3. He's down on that right side. I don't see Prevo out on the field, so I'm thinking they're going to look for number 3 and then number 11 as well. But keep your eye on number 3, folks.
Fake handoff, rolling to the left to the sideline. That's Schmiz. He's knocked out of bounds by Stout. Conrad Schmitz, we mentioned he is the leading receiver for the Tigers. Came in with 20 catches and 374 yards and 5 touchdowns in 5 ball games.
Very efficient. He's the efficient guy. He's not going to, he's the sure hand guy, and he's not going to wow you with athletic ability like number 3 and number 12. But you need a first down or you need a sure catch. He's going to deliver for you.
Throw and catch right there from Cole Slepicki to Trey Irwin. He's got 11 yards and out of bounds. Another first down.
Bentonville moving quickly. Really efficient so far offensively.
All of these young men we mentioned on offense are all seniors. A veteran group, explosive group. Slepicki has all kinds of time. He's got the running back deep, and it's going to fall incomplete. I think he heard some footsteps right there. Julian Castaneda coming over. James Pratt, that one falls just about near his ankles. It's going to fall harmlessly incomplete. All day to throw right there by Slepicki. War Eagles, a little bit of a break on that one.
Yeah, great job protecting by that Bentonville front. Allow the quarterback to kind of sit back there until the guy got open, just couldn't make the connection.
Trip wide receivers away from us now for the Tigers. Fake the give, roll to the left, looking deep, throwing deep, looking for Schmitz. He's got him, fighting for the end zone. And they give it to him. He reaches, stretches it across, and Schmitz.
That's a great play. Great play by Schmitz. Ball's in the air, was able to make the adjustment and then come down with it and then fought for that end zone.
Had coverage there and a safety coming to help.
That's a great adjustment there.
Little flipper.
Yeah.
Maybe a little flipper just to kind of
push off.
Gain a little separation. I'm not suggesting it should have been.
Winged him a little
Not
bit.
suggesting it should have been a penalty. I mean, that's just good. Just got an offensive play, knowing how to use your body and gain some separation. Extra point attempt is up and good by Kylie Sally. That's her 5th of the night. And there's the 35. So we will actually see the clock will begin to run. And after the ball's put in play, they don't do it until the kickoff happens. So we will be playing the rest of this one.
was also a really good
The clock
throw.
rolling.
A really good throw by Schlip. How do you say his name?
Slipicki is what I'm going with.
There we go. That was a really good throw by him. Just kind of saw some pressure, was able to get away from, and then wind up and just launch. That ball was probably about 40 yards in the air. That was a good throw, good accurate throw. And, but just a great catch by the
And a fight to
receiver.
the finish. Like he had to fight for it,
Yeah.
fought for the goal line. I thought it looked like he might have gone down right at the beginning, but he fought in, got the ball across before he got down. The ball came loose, but not before he'd already crossed the goal line. 35-0 is this one. Tigers set to boot it away. Deep to receive, Camden Isbell. Looks like Pickard over on this side. He's the one that's got it inside the 10. Tries to run all the way across. He's going to be strung out and pushed back by the Bentonville Tigers. Not going to get all the way out to the 20. The War Eagles are going to have it at the 18-yard line. That's the way we're going to start it here in the third quarter. 10:19 to go.
Well, now here we are with the continuous clock is going to be at a disadvantage because our offense is, what's the old school 3 yards in a cloud of dust? What they always say back in the day. We need to put the ball in the air, and Carroll's completed a couple passes, but a couple passes won't cut it now. I mean, you're almost exclusively throwing the ball right now.
I mean, the thing with the running clock and this design of it is, it's almost it's almost impossible to come back.
Yeah.
Like the War Eagles actually, I can't remember. We had a game last year where we actually cut it to 2 scores with the ball, and I can't remember which one it was when we were down with the running clock. Extremely rare, just because as you mentioned, it happens so fast.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
And I've made my opinion known about the continuous clock. I don't like it. I mean, because there is value in reps, especially for a team that hey, you're on the wrong end of getting mercy ruled. Hey, it's a time to put younger players in and develop your team. Because that's how you get better. And just putting the clock on and just running it and okay, everybody, let's just get out of here. That's just kind of, to me, it's kind of disrespectful. But I'm nobody.
Toss wide. Nobody asked you?
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
asked me.
Autran has that one. War Eagles have it. A couple nice plays on first and second down. They got third down and about 4 yards.
Good run by Connor there. That's like I said, one of those physical running backs. I mean, they put him in there with Lackey and then Evan Gordon. I mean, that's a nice little trio there.
It's big. Big bodies up front.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 4. Gordon in motion. We're going to toss it to him. He's going to try and get the edge, and he does. Up from the safety position again to make the hit on a 2-yard gain. That is Aiden McCarthy.
You
Came a long way to hit that one.
Yeah, you could have called a horse collar. Like we had a little horse collar on that too, but
Got a man down on the far side.
Down on the far side. You could have got a little horse collar action. Another physical tackle by this Tigers defense. And just like I said earlier before, I mean, with an offense like they're playing tonight, I mean, there's not a threat of a pass. So when you see that running back, you see that pitch to the outside as a safety, you feel that alley and you come downhill. So
Aggressively. And
Aggressively.
he came a long way to get it, made a good tackle. I do not see Gordon. I think that might be him down.
yeah, looks like he's up.
Slow to get up. It looks like he's up mostly on his own power with a little limp. Certainly can't afford to have anything
Yeah, he's
go
a tough,
wrong with Evan Gordon. He's been our most productive offensive player.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. So they're
Runs
gonna keep
hard.
the offense out here. 4th and a yard.
We are going to go for it. 4th and 1. Or maybe we're going to try and draw them off sides on 4th and 1. Inside 8 minutes here to go in the third quarter. Cortez, one of the wing backs. Autrand, another. Dylan Lackey.
I think they're going to call
is the fullback, sniffer back. Yeah, we're not gonna. We're gonna take it. We took a shot to see if we could get him to jump offside, and now we're gonna take time, call timeout, and talk about it, and most likely send out the punting unit. 7:42 to go in this one. We mentioned next week is Hall of Fame night. We're bringing in Northside. We have got a great class, Jermaine, coming in. So
we're talking at halftime, and for someone that's been around this high school for ever, I'm kind of I've been in the Rogers area for 23 years, but Heritage. So I've been around since the creation of Heritage, but for you all to be in, just deeply ingrained in this community, I know I was asking you at halftime, well, who do you think's going to go in next? That's really fascinating to me, and some of the names I remember, some not so much, but
well, you have a tendency to remember the sports you watch, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's part of it, And we'll go through. Actually, I want to go through some of the names because those resumes are unbelievable when you see them. We got 4th and 1 right here, though, and now we're going to go back. This one it looks like maybe a quick kick situation, and we're going to get it on the ground, and that might be really effective. Not the best War Eagle bounce, but it was a good one over to the sideline, and stepping out of bounds is the safety Mason Meyer. So little
trickeration there.
Yeah, exactly. We started out in the double wing formation, went back, just snapped it to Carroll, kind of a deep quarterback situation, kind of a quick kick, and just got away and got decent field position, or turned the field around pretty well. Bentonville's got it to 36. I'll just start with one of the football players, since it's a football night tonight. So one of the guys we got going in is a young man named Reed Brown. So Reed Brown was the first quarterback Heritage ever had. So when we opened the stadium, Reed was there. They played a year with no seniors, which was a little bit more of a rough year. But then they went to the playoffs back to back, and they won a playoff game when Reed was there. And here we go. Here come the War Eagles flushing the quarterback, and he's going to get away. Slepecki running down the sideline, chasing him valiantly with Sloan Hollis. Didn't quite get to him. Castaneda forces him out of bounds, but a big gainer from Slepecki to get the ball into War Eagle territory. But back to Reed. So Reed is the guy that passed for nearly 8,000 yards and 76 touchdowns as a War Eagle quarterback. Mentioned that a playoff win when he was there as well in the first years of the program. He was also a two-time All-Conference and an All-Stater in baseball as well. So he's on the all-time home run list. He's also in the top 10 for wins and saves, and he did both at Missouri SMT. So he was an all-conference baseball player at Missouri SMT. There's a handoff to the running back. He's going to get to the second level. Knocked down. Turn around so I can see you right there. That's Jake Stout again. Called Jake's name a number of times tonight, but that's James Pratt, we believe. There's multiple number 22s. James Pratt's a senior. That's who we're going to credit the carry to. So Reed from the class, one of the first classes, is the first one to get in there. And then we have three individuals that were first ballot Hall of Famers, which is a little bit different. I mean, it's honestly, if you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's Pratt again.
I mean, it seems like
Sloan Hollis. We'll give Sloan Hollis that tackle right there. He trips him up.
Sloan's a warrior.
So let's just talk about some of the other ones. So Emily Jopes is going in. So Emily, she was the first ever signee that we had out of the women's basketball program. So Emily is still the career leader in 3-pointers made. She has 203 threes.
Wow.
She averaged 38% from behind the line, I think, somewhere around there. She was excellent. There's Pratt fighting for the goal line, and he's going to get in and score. Bentonville at will right now. But Emily, when she was, she's second on the all-time scoring list, and you mentioned the name earlier at halftime, Carly Castile is the one that passed her. So, like, Carly she went to go play at Army. Emily went to go play at Central Missouri State, and while she was at Central Missouri State, they won a national championship in 2018. Wow. So she's certainly deserving of Hall of Fame as well. And then a couple of baseball players that people would know. Chase Kilgore. So if you know the athletic director, Keith Kilgore, he was his coach then. So I've known Keith a long time. Chase had to overcome a lot of coaching to get to where he was, but he was exceptional. He litters the War Eagle leaderboards in terms of offensive production as a baseball player. He's and I might get some of these wrong. I'm going by memory, but he is the all-time leader in walks and stolen bases, and I believe runs scored, and he's in the top 10 in virtually everything. And then he went to go play at Pittsburgh State, and then went to Pittsburgh State as a freshman, hit 343, led the Gorillas in hitting as a freshman up there. So he was one of them. And then last and definitely not least, Casey Murphy. So Casey Murphy, he ranks second in most of our pitching categories.
Wow.
If you guys know the War Eagles Hall of Fame, we have a major leaguer in our Hall of Fame already, in Hunter Wood. So he's the only one that's ahead of him in like strikeouts and wins. Casey's right there. He's second in like all of those categories. By the way, he wasn't just a pitcher. He batted .488 one year. He was the second best batting average and single season batting average in War Eagles history. Casey goes on to play at Arkansas, makes 27 starts at Arkansas. He even started game 2 of the 3-game series against Oregon State in the World Series in 2018.
Yeah.
So most people remember how that game ended, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Casey put us in an absolute great position.
Better hope Mom isn't watching.
Yeah, your mother would be rolling over on the couch
Why
right
did you
now.
mention that?
I didn't say anything. I just most people remember how it ended. But he made 27 starts for the Razorbacks. It was extremely effective. And by the way, in that case, Dave Van Horn handed him the ball in the biggest game to try and win the championship.
That's right.
So you know what Casey did there. And then he was a draft pick. He was drafted in the 11th round by the Tigers, and I think even and maybe especially when it's 42-0 on a Friday night of football, it's always good just to recognize the excellence that we've had at Heritage. And I think
we have, and what a lot of people don't maybe realize, we have a rich athletic tradition at Heritage. A lot of excellent players, a lot of excellent teams, and just like you've seen it. I mean, being here, your whole life, from both sides. I mean, when we're combined with Mounties, and now when we, split into 2 schools, and the city of Rogers has a very good athletic tradition, and for me, I kind of started. Some of the names you've mentioned, I remember watching them play, but like when my daughters went to school here, that's kind of, you start paying attention of like, okay, so I remember such and such and this person and what this person did. And, just like you and I, what we discussed at halftime, it's like, hey, I've been mentioning to you, is this person, do you think they'll go in? Or do you think this team goes in? I mean, we obviously have some teams like, the boys soccer team from this past year, dance team will go in. The tennis player.
We've got a couple wrestling teams with championships.
A couple of wrestling teams. I know this.
Hopefully, we still got some people listening here. So I'm gonna tell you. So Mr. Murray asked me, Coach Murray asked me to get involved. So I've been the president. We opened this thing in 2022. Yeah. I'm called president because somebody has to be. But it's a privilege to go in and just kind of find these kids, dig them up, and recognize them, which is what we're going to do there as well. So, I'm like you. Like, there are some sports that I didn't follow, as close as others along the way. There's that ball's going to be blown dead. Very acrobatic and dramatic play by a Bentonville defender that's not going to count. War Eagles are going to be put in a position to punt it away again.
Looks like Bentonville has their. I'm starting to see some.
You'd see some new bodies out there for sure. Yeah, so one of the things we've got is you do have to be out of school for 10 years, and so when we've got a program that's only been around for 18, it limits your pool. Yeah. So we always kind of compare ourselves to the Rogers Hall of Fame, which every once in a while will say, well, you know what, the class of 1936 football team was pretty good. We don't have that, and so like we have to we work hard to kind of dig in and find kids and what I think is great is that I've learned a lot about some of the individuals, doing this. And one of the things I have told people at the board or I'll do it when I speak again next Friday, I do not want to become the Hall of Pretty Good. I want it to be hard to get into. I want it,
exclusive
if we've
club.
got people sitting at home saying so-and-so should be in, I think we're in exactly the right place.
Yes.
Which is, and what we've proven so far is that the resumes we've got are just amazing. last year we put in the class of 2012 ladies cross country team that has a championship, and they had a 3-year run that was unbelievable. We elected Ellen Lundy last year, who was a Division I soccer conference player of the year at Lipscomb. She was great. I mentioned we've got a major leaguer in there. We've already got Blake Baxendale's in there. He was a Gatorade player of the year. He played at Arkansas. I mean, he was a great resume as well. And then other people, like you mentioned, people may not know about, like Jimmy Parker was a swimmer. Yep. Was a dominant swimmer. I mean, guy went on to go work for Senator Bozeman, right? He's just got the really, really well-rounded resume. And I think just there's a handoff over the right side.
Kind of got away
Castaneda
with a hold there too.
With a grab is going to drag him down.
It's going to be 41.
But it's great to recognize these things. And there's just been a lot of talent that goes through here, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
Canada, I think his name is Kennedy, Canode. This is the young man
Kennedy.
I referenced in the first half of being alert and ready to go. And he's now taking the snaps as a sophomore. 9 seconds to go here in the quarter. That is going to end the third quarter. We're going to take a little commercial break. We will come back in a fourth quarter that's going to last about 12 minutes, Jermaine, and we'll come back and bring it to you here in just a minute.
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way.
Come on in and see for yourself.
And we are back, ready for the fourth quarter. Just having a little bit more Hall of Fame chat while we're in the...
And one thing I was explaining to Darren, my alma mater, Conway, just started theirs maybe 5 years ago. And, of course, the Conway High School's been around,
longer than Heritage?
Longer than Heritage. And, it's a pretty good athletic tradition at Conway. But, just to honor some great people and honor the success. I think that's just so important. Because, you look at what's on the scoreboard now, and hey, we're on the wrong end of this game tonight, but we have good things going on in Heritage.
Little slant route.
Nice pass.
Nice throw and catch right there. That complete to Julian. That's not Julian Grundy. Hoyer Benefield, 29 is what he's got on the roster. He's wearing 9 on offense out there. Thank you to the PA announcer. Again, the new quarterback, Evan Kennedy. War Eagles trying to keep him out. Rolling to the left is Kennedy, looking, throws it good right there to that. Again, I like this young man, Jermaine. It's one of those you throw it to the pylon. And he almost knocked the pylon down, and he was a little bit quick with it. Threw it a little bit too quick, didn't quite get there.
For a sophomore, we're not on the field, but from up here, he looks like he's a pretty good-sized kid. He looks like he's kind of tall, has a pretty strong arm because anytime you throw it to the sideline, that's a pretty long throw, and he zipped that pass out there, relatively easy.
Rogers and West score update is 42-21. There, he takes a high snap, handles it, hands it off. Inside the 10.
Third and goal at the
to
8.
the 8.
Well, I thought that Mounties West game would be much closer than it is.
It still could be. West is explosive. trying to hit the edge. War Eagles are going to string it out. 1, 2, 3 tackles broken. Finally going to knock him out at the 3.
Let's see what they do here. Are they going to take the 3? Or
William Aguilera. Oh, I don't think they kick here.
Yeah.
And this isn't a matter of running it up. Honestly, kicking a field goal is running it up, too. Like, you actually give us a chance to stop you right here. And they're trying to work on stuff with these young men, too. As you mentioned before, the reps are – Bentonville thinks the reps are important, too. Because a lot of these guys, don't get a lot of offensive reps.
Yeah. Reps are important. That's why I am not a fan.
Now, this might change things.
Yeah.
False start.
Yeah.
Backs them up 5. Now we'll see if they give Kylie Sally an opportunity to kick a field goal.
Yeah. So like I said, I am not a fan because reps are important. Those guys that those third and the guys are second and third teamers, they practice just as hard as your first team guys. They deserve some time out there, as much time as you can give them as well.
And they are going to keep the offense on the field. 4th and goal from the 7. Good opportunity here for the War Eagles to step up. Rolling right, Kennedy.
Got him. Oh.
He's going to escape.
Face mask.
Turns him around to the end. Coming up from his cornerback position, Juarez is going to drag him down. They're going to stop short of it at the 5-yard line. No penalties markers down, and the War Eagles turn it over on downs.
Good hold right there defensively. Our defense
looked like maybe Will Stone was the first one in from that defensive end position. Looked like he was going to get him to the ground. It didn't quite get it. He slipped away. Juarez came up and kept him out of the end zone.
Our kids' defense, they're still fighting. They're still competing out there. A lot of pride out there on that field. The scoreboard might not look like you want it to look, but you can still compete. You can still play hard. You can still run and hit people.
Inside give to Lackey. Going to be a gain of a couple. Clock continues to roll. Inside of 8 minutes left to go in this one. Bentonville will move to 6-0 on the year, 3-0 in the league.
And
my personal opinion, it's a collision course for Bentonville and Rogers, and I think the Mounties are good. The transfer portal was good to the Mounties this year too. They got a couple of good players.
Yeah.
They got a tailback and a defensive end from other 7A West schools that are good, and they already had homegrown guys in there like Braxton Lindsay and Jeff Regan that are extremely talented and are going to be playing football at the next level. They're really good.
Yeah.
Carroll comes out of it. He's going to be forced back by the Bentonville defense, but not before he gains about 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the War Eagles from the 11.
And from the looks of it, going back to the Mounties, from the looks of it, they finally got over the air quote proverbial hump by beating Fayetteville last week. Because we've seen in years in the past, well, the Mounties look pretty good. Then they go to Fayetteville.
It was a great game last year that just didn't quite turn out.
Just didn't finish it.
Yep.
And they finally kind of got over the hump, and that's one of the big things. When you finally beat a team that you've struggled with.
Castaneda's going to get the edge.
Nice run.
First down run by, not Castaneda, Cortez. Jaden Cortez.
But when you finally beat a team that you get past it, this team has been our albatross or whatever. You finally get past them, they have a lot of confidence.
It's the first time they'd won at Fayetteville since 1994.
Oh, wow.
That's
another huge.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
Yeah. I graduated in 95, so that's over 30.
That's a great stat, Sydney. How many?
Thank you.
What else have you been holding over there?
That's about it. That's about all I got.
Folks, hey, our producer is
absolutely. She's all over it.
Is top shelf. She's next level, folks.
Inside give
telling you.
To Dylan Lackey, crosses the 20 to the 21-yard line. Gain of 5. Clock continues to roll. Again, we mentioned the War Eagles coming home, Hall of Fame night, Northside coming to town. This is a Northside team that is winless.
Yes.
And this is
Well, it's
not
just-
your father's Northside team,
Yeah.
kind of as it were, but an opportunity for the War Eagles.
Yeah.
And, you kind of been building towards this with the way you try and run this offense that you're running, trying to be physical. We're going to come up, and this is going to be the best opportunity we have left on the schedule to get a game. And I expect them to compete.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And one thing, it's in this conference, it's so cyclical, right? I mean, Northside was a couple years ago, weren't they a playoff? I want to say they were a playoff team. And
I mean, when I was going to school here, you want to know part of Northside.
no.
It's been.
I think we didn't get a chance to play them in the state playoffs in '94 when my junior year. We made it to the state championship game. Pine Bluff won it all that year, but they barely scraped by Fort Smith Northside in the semifinal game before they played us.
Carroll rolling to the right, throws a nice ball.
Nice ball.
Well covered, but a great ball to Connor Autran. Just unable to complete it. It's going to be 4th down and 4. It looks like we're going to.
Well, that's one thing that really impresses me about Connor Autran. He's a big kid, but has really soft hands and has really deceptive speed.
Yeah. That one, again, well defended. We are going to kick it away here. Try and keep the scoreboard where it's at. But beyond Northside, we have Rogers and Fayetteville left on the schedule.
Yeah,
And West.
And West.
So,
West.
Yeah, it's just
it's not going to get easier.
we kind of hit the gauntlet toward the end of the season. I mean, playing Bentonville, then you'll play a game that you have a good
nice
shot at
spiral.
winning.
Look at this one. Going to send the returner back. Get on the ground. Nice kick.
Oh, is that a? Okay, I thought they
Good
were
job,
about to
Connor.
call it that. I thought they were going to call personal foul there. It was just like that's
We have a
frustration.
we have a fan comment from the lovely and talented Michelle Gaffney, who says that the Mounties beat Fayetteville at Fayetteville her senior year, 1989. So she's not arguing with Sydney. She's just adding. She's adding to it again. So
now you're like the third best Gaffney.
Oh,
It's counted.
I'm not sure what my role is in this family. It's just I served my purpose, I guess. Let's put it that way. I'm surrounded by 3 awesome women.
Oh yeah. So am I. So
Flag thrown into the point of the tackle. I think they're going to get. We actually let him go.
yeah.
They're going to get a horse collar, and it was actually.
call a hold.
We're just going to call a hold here. Let's see if this guy has also got it. It looks like they're just going to call the hold, and that's good because he had his hand inside, but then he let him go.
Yeah. Well, just like you said,
It's going to be a hold on Bentonville.
These younger guys from Bentonville are getting some valuable reps here because we look up and down their roster, a lot of seniors.
All the guys with single digits, with the exception of Aiden McCarthy, are seniors. So somebody else is waiting to take that number 3 and then number 7.
And
all
they're
that stuff, but-
extremely talented seniors as well. So
2:06 to go in this one.
And like I said, I've mentioned, I mean, this Bentonville team is they might represent the only chance that Bryant doesn't run the table, like I mentioned before. I mean, this offensively, they can score points on anybody. I know Bryant is really tough defensively, but I think Bentonville has the weapons and they have the scheme and they have the talent to give them some problems.
I agree. I think you knew about the offensive firepower when you're coming in here. I mean, just even if you just look at the commit list, nice play right there by Jake Stout up then from his secondary. He's had a nice night tonight.
He has.
He got banged up a little bit a couple weeks ago, and he's really had a good night defensively from that corner position. I've been impressed with them defensively. I think they, especially like the secondary guys coming up and making plays in the backfield. I tried to give Julian Grundy, number 9, too much credit before they whistled him for a penalty, but he wrecked a couple
He's
plays.
a game wrecker. Yeah.
And I think so I was surprised. I didn't know what to expect. I guess I shouldn't say surprised. I was impressed defensively with what they got. And then obviously if they get in a shootout and they can find a way to get get the ball in the hands of Irvin and Prevost, like I think they got a chance too. And
they had a bit of a struggle their opening game against Tulsa Union, but since then they've been machine-like.
Yeah, they're tough. Actually, the toughest game they got was Lee Summit got them to 45-28. So they actually Lee Summit scored 28 points, put 310 yards of offense on them. I mean, other than that, I mean they've kind of rolled people. I mean, your Wampus Cats, they beat 41-17. Yeah. And this is the way this one is going to end. The War Eagles are going to be on the wrong side of a 42-0 score here. A lot of Bentonville, a lot of speed, a lot of offense we saw in the first half, Jermaine, and no quitting these War Eagles, and we will look forward to getting back out again next Friday night.
Absolutely, folks, come on out. I mean, Fort Smith Northside. This is going to be a battle of two teams that need a win. I mean, they are desperately searching for a win. I mean, Northside is in the same situation we are, and should be a really good ball game next Friday at the Gates.
Come on out, first NB Field at the Gates. Sydney Gaffney, War Eagles have a dance competition tomorrow in Alma.
Yes,
Final thoughts?
It's going to be a fun year. We're excited to just get in front of some other people. I can't wait to see what we do.
Thank you
to see what you guys do.
Yeah, how about it? That's going to be new for you.
Yeah, I mean, we did dance a long time ago.
Well,
but,
this is a little bit different.
Cool.
I like this a lot better. We know when we're dancing tomorrow. It's not like I don't have to camp at the convention center for the entire weekend. This is going to be good. And these girls are good. We expect them to have a good year. Yeah. But, hey, for tonight, first of all, thanks, Jermaine. It's always good to be with you. Sydney Gaffney, thank you for it's always good to call games with you. Dad doesn't get to do that very often. So it's thank you to Mr. Davenport for putting you next to me as many times as he has so we can have this time together. I appreciate that. To Mr. Davenport and a great team of people here on War Eagle TV, thanks for putting a good show together, and we will come back tomorrow night next week, next Friday night at the Gates, taking on Northside on a Hall of Fame night. Till then, we wish you all safe travels, very pleasant good evening. We'll see you at the Gates.
All right, see you guys later.